right. All right, I have a couple of people in. All right. Hey, there's Mary. How you doing, girl? All right, happy Sunday to you. All right, so Mary, who else is in here? Okay, I have a couple of people. Speak now so you can be acknowledged. How's everything going for you, Mary? During this coronavirus pandemic? Just getting in from the beach. All right. I hope you were socially distancing because I don't want you exposed to anything. All right. So be careful, young lady. All right. Today we are going to be talking about did Bobby Brown abuse Whitney Houston, because he's still saying that he did not. I've done a lot of research, and of course I've read Robin's book. I'm reading Bobby Brown's second book now, Every Little Step. So we shall see. All right, Mary says, I'm doing good. I did social distance and wore my mask on the beach. Yay! All right, just don't want you sick, girl. I want you to be around a long time, okay? So Mary, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the prior videos, but I wanted to have a live on this because, you know, this is kind of a topic where, yes, he's saying he did not abuse her, but, well, there's evidence that he did. And of course, the times where the police were called, and they could obviously look at Whitney and see that she had been hit. So I wanted to talk about that. I'll wait until a few more people sign into the chat so that I don't have to be redundant, okay? But again, I just wanted to talk about this topic because it is kind of heart-wrenching. We typically think about people going through domestic violence, you know, just normal people. Well, celebrities go through it as well, unfortunately. So, you know, what do you do? And we're thinking, well, I had no clue. Yes, Mary, reading this book and doing the research that I've done, it is sad. I mean, some parts that I found out, it brought me to tears. It really did. And, you know, we're like, wow, Whitney Houston, the biggest, at that time, she was the biggest star in the world when, you know, she's being beaten and abused. So that's really sad. Mary, I don't know if you've watched the other videos. Again, you know, now obviously I'm older than you, Mary, and a few other people, but a lot of this, when this was going on, okay, I was younger, and it was in the Inquirer, it was in the Globe, it was in the Star. Now we all go to TMZ, but during that time when all this stuff was taking place, it was every time I went to the grocery store, you know where the tabloid magazines are. They're right there in the checkout line, right? So all of this that I'm discussing with you, when this was actually taking place, I was like, it's just in the Inquirer or the Globe. You know, it's probably not true. And lo and behold, you know, with my research and with my reading, I'm like, oh my God, all this stuff was really going on. All right, Mary says, I hadn't watched the last couple of episodes. I got to watch to catch up. Yeah. So I'm almost done with Robin's book, but I have a few more chapters. But yeah, you will be amazed. I mean, and Mary, you need to watch the video where I talk about Whitney's drug usage and, you know, what were the roots of the cause of her doing the drugs. I mean, because if we look at anyone, folks, if people are using drugs, if they're drinking alcohol, there is an underlying reason. So we can't just say, oh, they're a bad person. They're normal, just like you and me. It's just that when some people have problems, some people cope differently. That okay, and what good, bad, or indifferent. That's that. We all have a different coping mechanism, and so. Hey, Rhonda's here. How you doing, girl? No kittens for you. All right, okay. So Rhonda, we're just talking. Me and Mary been talking about some of the underlying issues that Whitney dealt with, and just told Mary all of this was going on. Hey, Reese Cup is here. Hi, how you doing, Reese Cup? All right. We're just getting started, and all of you who are here today, if you look behind me, all right, today is the free T-shirt giveaway. Up in the description box when this live is over. Once I tell you who wins the T-shirts, you can email me your address, and I am going to send you a T-shirt. I do thank all of you for spending your time with me. I'm a big Whitney Houston fan. Like I said, it's unfortunate with all my reading. Sometimes I'm in tears because I'm like, oh my God. I didn't realize it was that bad. If a couple of things had been changed, her family, who she married, it just led her down, a path of destruction. And it's just so heart-wrenching. Mary, you'll see if you read any of the books, you'll be crying too. So again, okay, we have 4 people in. I may wait just a couple more minutes and then I'll start talking. And some of you, we've been talking to each other in the comment section of other videos. So again, Bobby's saying that, he did not abuse Whitney. Well, they were married in 1992. Okay. And on the honeymoon, all right, they were out of the country. On the honeymoon, all right, they got into an altercation. Whitney's face was slashed from here to here on the honeymoon. All right. Thank you, Mary. Glad you like the shirts. And so, no, Mary says she endured so much. So that is a very good question, Mary. You're going to get a T-shirt. No, he did not. Now, I will admit when I'm wrong, I admit it. For the longest time, I felt just like so many other people felt that Bobby Brown got Whitney Houston hooked on drugs. But let me explain why we all felt that way. Whitney Houston's image before she married Bobby the Beast, her image was squeaky clean, the all-American girl. We did not hear anything about her being in any type of trouble, using any type of drugs. We didn't hear about the drug issues until Bobby Brown. So one thing that he is telling the truth about, that he did not get her hooked on drugs, he's telling the truth about that. Not many other things is he telling the truth about. That he is. In Robin's book, it says her brother started her on drugs at 14 and she tried heroin at 10. So I don't know what was going on in that house, folks, but 3 children and all of them are on drugs, strung out on drugs. Something went terribly awry. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So again, the honeymoon. Yeah, exactly, Mary. Exactly. The honeymoon, folks. I don't know about you, but if I'm on my honeymoon and hey, I believe in signs from up above, okay? I'm just saying, you get your face slashed on the honeymoon. So then they called back and told her father, at that time her father was still alive, John. And so when they came back to America, Whitney, Robin was looking at her face like, what happened? So Whitney said, well, I threw a glass, it hit the wall, it shattered, it cut my face. Bobby said he hit a fork, it jumped up in the air, did a somersault, and stabbed her in the face and cut it. But Robin in her book says it was a nice straight cut from like here to here. So no one ever got to the bottom of what really happened. But Whitney, it was deep. It was a deep enough cut where she had to have plastic surgery. She did. So that happened. Okay. Also, Reese Cup says it makes sense that she did cocaine, which is why she could hide it for so long. Yeah, unless someone really, if someone's using drugs, sometimes they can get to a point where they're functional, where you really can't tell. The only time you can really tell is when they are just strung out or you see a major behavior change. Mary says she was protecting him. There's no way a fork could do that. Right. So you're Whitney Houston. You're the biggest star in the world. Why the heck are you protecting this guy? So, so I'm like you. What the heck? You're Whitney Houston. You can have anyone you want in the world. So, folks, it doesn't matter how much money you have. Again, abuse can happen to anyone. And it just seems so unfair, that Whitney's gone. Bobby Christina is gone. And, Bobby's living the life. He's remarried. Robin is also, of course, she's still alive. She's married. So it's like Whitney's all gone. And Robin did try to help her, but Whitney's drug usage just took over her life. And that was one of the reasons Robin was just like, I'm out of here. Whitney wasn't listening to her anymore. Whitney started canceling shows. So Robin said, I'm out. Because, Mary said, and her poor choice in men could stem from her dysfunctional childhood. Exactly, Mary. And that's what I say. And her mother and father. So if you look at, a lot of the things that she did, we're like, why the heck did you do what you did? Whitney had this facade, and the public didn't know. They got married in 1992. Whitney was so determined because everyone told her she was making a mistake. Don't marry him. It's not going to work. So she was so stubborn. She was like, I'm going to make it work. So he cheated with all these women. And he never stopped cheating. But folks, you have to live your life for you. And Bobby, I'm just going to be honest with you, from my research, from my reading, Bobby really wanted, Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson broke his heart, told him, I can't, be with you. My father will not let me date a black guy. So, and in Bobby's book, he's saying he's trying to, push all the blame off on Whitney that, Whitney just wanted to get married to get rid of the gay rumors. I wanted to get married to be loved. Dude, really? Come on. He had his motives for marrying Whitney Houston. Again, she was the biggest pop star in the world. All right. Who wouldn't, right? So don't listen to that narrative that he is sharing. But yeah, that's why she was doing the drugs, folks. I told you about the honeymoon. Also, there are other incidences that Robin mentions in the book. Okay, before I get to that, Reese Cup says her brother's bad behavior was never addressed by her parents. She referenced her brothers to Bobby a lot. Her father wasn't the best either. So again, Reese Cup, you and I have been, talking back and forth in the comment section. Look at the people, the vultures that Whitney was surrounded by. I mean, she didn't have anyone. Her brothers got her on drugs. I think for her, was it her 16th birthday celebration? They gave her cocaine and marijuana. I mean, who does that? Her father ripped her off. Yeah, Mary and Reese Cup, awful, bad stuff. It is sad. She had no one. Her father was ripping her off. And I don't know if you know this, Mary. I think Reese Cup knows it because we've been talking a lot. Before her father died, he sued her for $100 million. Yeah, Rhonda, we've been talking as well. So look at the people she was surrounded by. Whitney and her mother did not become close until Whitney was 23 years old. That's when she was famous. I mean, she had blown up. She was big, not bodyguard big. That was before the bodyguard, but she was still a big pop star, international star. So look at all the people she's surrounded by. So her mother really didn't have anything to do with her. Now, in front of the public, and Robin references this in her book. In the public, all right, Whitney and her mother were, all cheesing. In Kevin Adams' book, which we can talk about that one day, I'll have a live event on that. He talks about how Whitney and her mother hated each other and how Whitney would curse her mother out. You hear me? He talks about that in his book. But again, in Robin's book, she tells about how badly Sissy treated Whitney. And then I don't know if you know this, Mary. Mary says sometimes people around you try to sabotage you and take the light that they see in you. Exactly, Mary. And that's what I think with her, particularly with her brothers. Her own brothers were, particularly Gary, her half brother. He's not a full brother. Gary, and then her own mother, Sissy, was jealous of her. She was telling people, Whitney stole my dance moves and all this stuff. Mary, that's right, Rhonda. It's so true. So look at where she's surrounded by. And then her father, and then remember, Robin Crawford left in 2000. Before Robin Crawford, and that's another reason. Now they all wanted Mary Robin out of the picture because she was gay, but also she was a gatekeeper. They, she didn't let people run over her. She was, trying to help her with the money. When Robin Crawford left in 2000, and if you don't believe me, if you haven't read the books, Google it. That's when Whitney Houston went downhill. That's when the drug usage really ratcheted up. And her father, one of the main vultures, he just swooped in. He was stealing money from her. He married her, maid, which was from another country. So her mother and father was putting off this facade that they were still married and together, but they weren't. So many of you wondering, why did she have this charade with Bobby Brown? This is all she knew. Okay, so bad situation, folks. All Whitney had, she had Robin Crawford and Sylvia. To me, from my research, from my reading, those were the only people who really loved her and genuinely cared for her and looked out for her best interest. Everyone else, okay, just when she married Bobby, okay, he had that one hit album, all right, those hit songs. I think I still have it somewhere on cassette. But she had no one, folks. It's just sad. We thinking, we're always looking at celebrities. They have all this money, they have this fame. We think they're happy, and they are miserable. Reese Cup says her mother was like the man, and that she was the provider. Exactly. It seems she didn't get a lot of maternal love. It explains the relationship with Robin, not the sexual part, just the affection. Exactly. And Robin references that in her book. Sissy, she wasn't the lovey-dovey type, with her children. And so Whitney, she was sort of, they were aloof from Whitney. And also Reese Cup, allegedly, Dionne Warwick, I don't know if you guys, some of you may know, Dionne Warwick is the cousin of Whitney Houston, okay? And her sister, Dee Dee, allegedly molested Whitney and her two brothers when they were children. So some people are saying, that could also be the reason she had a relationship with Robin. Good point, Reese Cup. Mary, she was facing so much alone, so it's probably why she went to drugs to cope with the pain. Exactly, Mary. We all have different coping mechanisms. I don't drink and I don't use drugs, but I don't look down on people that do, because I don't know. I haven't walked in their shoes. And who knows, if I've experienced some of the things that they've experienced, I may be doing drugs too. Who knows, folks? But by the grace of God, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Mary, I love Dionne Warwick's music too. That Burt Bacharach music. Oh my God, that's horrible. Yeah. So a lot of people, a lot of comics and comic shows when all this stuff was going on, and it was all in the tabloids. People were laughing and making fun of Whitney Houston, but they did not know this girl was in pain. I mean, you know, and what really angered me, ladies, is when every time she would get ready to go on tour, and Robin referenced this in her book as well. You know, every time the money would run out, her father would say, "Well, it's time to go on tour again." And in her book, Robin references she was touring sometimes 11 months out of the year. So she was making millions of dollars. Where was all this money going? Check her father. He thought he was a mafioso. Um, Mary, yeah, it's horrible, girl. It's horrible. Reese Cup, working with teenage girls, this happens without molestation. Females need attention. Exactly, Reese Cup. I mean, and that's, you know, when people go off, they don't get affection from their parents. What do they normally do? They normally, you know, they're going to try to find it from someone. That's a basic human need. So, you know, just a sad situation all the way around. You know, I just, yeah, Mary, exactly. You know, what do? You know, we think, oh, you have money, you have fame. Obviously, folks, look at all the celebrities. Wasn't it, who was it? Tamar Braxton. She just tried to commit suicide. She has money, she has fame. What does that tell you, Mary, Reese Cup, Rhonda? What does that tell us, ladies? And whoever else, someone else is in here. I don't know. They haven't responded, so I don't know who it is. But what does that tell you? That those things don't make you happy. And look at all the celebrities and athletes who drink, who use drugs. They have everything that we say we want. Money doesn't buy happiness, Mary. Never has, never will. Exactly. So I told you about that incident. Rhonda says having money don't mean anything. Exactly, especially when you're miserable. Look at all the money Whitney Houston had. Well, before her father ripped her off. And, you know, I told you, Whitney wasn't close to her mother. She was a daddy's girl. So how do you think she felt when, you know, he ran off with her maid, sued her for $100 million? I mean, come on. That's too much for anyone. Her father did that to her. Okay, well, like I said, when Robin Crawford left in 2000, it was a wrap. That's where her closest confidant said that's when Robin was helping hold her together. When she left, that's when the drugs really picked up. And it's so sad, folks. She married Bobby Brown in 1992. When you ask Whitney, if you don't know what I'm talking about, when this stream is over, go Google the 2009 interview that Whitney did with Oprah Winfrey. Oprah asked her, when did the marriage start to go wrong? And she said, now The Bodyguard, they got married in 1992. Whitney did the movie The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner in 1992. Whitney told Oprah the marriage started going wrong during The Bodyguard. Folks, The Bodyguard started just a few months after they were married. So what does that tell you? So in his book, I'm reading Bobby's book now, he's saying, oh, he had a wonderful marriage for 7 years. Not according to Whitney. Okay. And I think I would listen to Whitney a little bit more than I would to him. Also, there's another time where Bobby was on tour with New Edition. Whitney, of course, didn't trust him, so she was trying to keep up with him. Mary says, I think the fame changed her and her father's relationship. So she lost money and her father. Exactly, Mary. Money, hey, people do some strange things for a little change. And it doesn't matter if you're family, friend, or foe. People will do what they need to do to separate you from your money. And it's sad. Reese Cup, she was the golden goose. Yeah. And glad you mentioned that, Reese Cup. In Kevin Ammon's book, he talks about frequently Whitney would say, I'm the golden goose I'm the goose that lays the golden egg. And then people would sort of back down. Okay. When they were trying to make her do something she didn't want to do. Okay. Mary said, true. Yeah. So again, Whitney went to a hotel to surprise Bobby. He was on tour with New Edition. She goes to the hotel. He won't open the door. And everything I'm telling you, you can Google it. And it's in all these books I'm reading. And so she went downstairs and asked the people at the hotel if they would come open it because she was his wife. They said no. She went and got her another hotel room on another floor. Then she went back to his room, and he opened the door and hopped and spit in her face. Oh, God. Folks, I'm not a violent person, but if you spit on me, I think I could kill you. Okay, I'm just saying that is the ultimate form of disrespect. And you're probably thinking, oh, that was awful, but that's what happens when you marry someone that exactly, Mary. Mary, he definitely needed that. Yes, he needed it. Reese Cup, I would go nuts, girl. Like I said, I'm not a violent person, but don't spit on me. Okay, that to me that's the ultimate. He hocked a loogie. It's in Robin's book in her face, his wife, and they okay. So then she went to her room, and all this, like I said, folks. I wish I was making this stuff up. I'm not. Yeah, Mary, how disrespectful. Reese Cup, I would go nuts. Yeah, I would go ballistic. I would go nuts, Reese Cup. And so they went to the room. He's, mouthing off at her. She tries to call her father. She's upset. He takes the phone, and I'm not talking about these little lightweight cell phones. I'm talking about an actual heavy phone in a hotel back in the 90s. He took the phone from her and smashed her in the head with it, and she fell down on the floor in the hotel room and just dropped her head, in her hands. So that was another incident. Another incident Robin talks about, and folks, these are the incidences that Robin talked about. She didn't talk about everything in her book. Reese Cup, I think we talked. There's a lot that Robin left out of respect for Whitney, but there was another incident. Sylvia was getting out of the car. She could see Bobby had Whitney pulling her by her hair. Okay. Sylvia runs over and tries to get Bobby away from Whitney and tells Whitney, run in the house. They run in the house. When she gets Whitney away from Bobby, he goes and jumps onto this brand new porch that she had to damage it. So, yes, Reese Cuppy. Of course, you know Bobby Brown. Yes, you know he did. I had a woman in the room, of course. Another time they were at a hotel, and Bobby had he asked Whitney, "What are you doing here?" It's like he didn't really want to be bothered with her. So he went and got him a room on another floor with someone else, and Whitney was just in her room doing drugs. Sylvia was so concerned. She called Robin, said, you need to come to Detroit. Whitney was just staying in her room doing drugs. She wouldn't eat, rail thin. So, and her stubbornness, I'm going to show people that it's going to work. She knew it wasn't going to work. Even I was just reading an article earlier. She knew it wasn't going to work, folks. And it's just so sad that, she had to experience all this misery, surrounded by nothing but snakes. And, Clive Davis, of course, her mentor from, Arista Records. A lot of people like him. To me, he's a charlatan. He's a wizard. Sorry, I'm not a Clive Davis fan. Reese Cup says, oh, okay. Bobby, yes, he was. Bobby was a monster. He was a beast. And again, you can forgive someone if they say, I did this wrong, I did that wrong. But if you're still saying, no, I didn't do anything, or I only hit Whitney one time, dude, when something is well documented from not just one source, several people have witnessed this. Who are we supposed to believe? One person or all these people over here? Okay, so sad situation, folks. Rhonda, while the relationship was great. Yes, Rhonda, it was worse than crazy. But like I said, that's what happens, because a lot of people, I think Reese Cup, I was talking to you and some other people were saying it's like he hated her. He was jealous of her. Jealousy and hate, those are intertwined. They go together. And of course, her star was rising and his was diminishing. Okay. Because he had the one big hit album, and after that, he was just living off of Whitney, right? And of course, Mary says, wait, I thought Clive was a good friend and had her best. Mary, I did too. But when you look at before Whitney died, she was trying to get control of her masters. And there was, to me, from what I read, those contracts that she did with Clive, she really should have gotten more money. Okay. And what really bothers me about Clive as well, Mary, Whitney Houston was dead in that hotel, and he still went on with that Grammy party downstairs. She's upstairs dead, and I can't with him. I'm sorry. I just can't. So Clive, I don't get good vibes from that guy. Yeah, I know he was responsible for making her a big star, but remember, folks, he's the one who put her in this, this pop princess, mode of being, and she could not live up to it. She crushed up under the weight. That's not who she was. Okay, so that Clive manufactured that image of Whitney Houston that we all believed. Now, the time I'm talking about, those of you who are younger than me, there was no internet. So we would see people on TV and we see the magazines and newspapers, and that we read something. Oh, okay. Exactly, Mary. The Grammy party should have been canceled. Reese Cup, she could do no wrong. Her fans grew and her talent was out of this world. Exactly. So I'm saying, though, he went on with the party. And again, she did not get all of the money that her contracts, from what I was reading, those contracts, she should have gotten more money. And she was in the process of trying to get control of her masters before she died, which is a little suspicious to me. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, come on. Reese Cup says she could do no wrong. Her friend did. Okay, yeah, I read that. Reese Cup says Bobby never saw that kind of success. Exactly. And remember now, he really wanted Janet Jackson. He said Whitney wasn't his type, tall, thin, slim. So, when you with someone, I don't know if you're familiar with this song. If you're not, look it up. You can't be the one with the one you love, baby. Love the one you with. And that's what he was trying to do, but he hated her. It's obvious. Look at everything that he did. He demoralized her. He demeaned her. To me, again, folks, jealousy, hate, they're interchangeable. They go together. Jealousy, envy, those are some of those 7 deadly sins, okay, for a reason. Very good reason. No, he never saw that kind of success. And of course, he and his family were allegedly, they were living off of her. I mean, even when Bobby was cheating, I didn't know this until reading the books and doing my research, that there were several times that they were split up. They weren't together. And Bobby was using the credit cards to take care of these new women. All these women that he was cheating with, he was using Whitney Houston's credit cards. Who does that? Dude. Oh, God. Mary says, could Bobby have possibly married Whitney as a way to use her for? Yeah, and Mary, that's what I'm thinking. She was the biggest when they got married in 1992. She was the biggest pop star in the world, internationally known. And he saw her, so to me, he was a clout chaser. So now he's saying, Whitney never loved me, and she was trying to marry me to get rid of the gay rumors. Well, sweetie, you were trying to marry her for clout. So quit trying to play the victim. All right, Reese Cup says, Whitney seemed clingy also. That's a turn off. Yeah, she did seem a little clingy, Reese Cup. I noticed that. The relationship should have ended, but she didn't have the self-respect to just go. No, because she's too busy. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And you're being abused and demeaned and demoralized. Reese Cup says definitely. So, I mean, folks, it is what it is. And like I said, I get teary-eyed thinking, wow, this is what she had to deal with. And her birthday, I think, is August 9th. It's coming up. So I definitely got to do a video for you then, or have some type of giveaway. If you guys have Cash App, or let's see, that's primarily what I use. So I may have a little giveaway for Whitney's birthday. Maybe I can cash app you something. Okay, you can send me your cash app information in my email. Okay, so I may do a little something for her birthday. But yeah, folks, it's just sad. If you've read the books I've read, you're just gonna you're gonna be. And I'm trying not to. Obviously, I'm sure that we're all believers, and we all believe in God. But I'm really trying not to have ill feelings against Bobby Brown. But it's hard. It's difficult. Okay. But when I read, everything that he did, I'm just like, oh my God. Woo, child. Rhonda, Whitney birthday is on my anniversary. Okay, August 9th. Okay. All right. Make sure you send me, Rhonda, make sure you send me your Cash App information. And just email it to me. All the information is below in the description box. Mary says, I don't have Cash App. Okay, Mary, what do you have? Tell me what you have. Reese Cup, what about you? There are a few more. I don't know who else is in here. Whoever else is in here, please let me know who you are. Reese Cup, no one that I heard talk about the book addressed this. Who were friends that didn't need her to be something other than Whitney? Honestly, Robin thinks she was that, but the boundaries were. Exactly, Reese Cup. You're speaking nothing but truth. Screwed up because of sex. Exactly, Reese Cup. Exactly. And then don't forget, Mary, I'm not sure if you and Rhonda are aware of this. Now, for Whitney really wanted Eddie Murphy, but he sat up and played games with her. Mary, okay, email that to me, Mary. That's fine. So Whitney wanted Eddie Murphy. Now, I'm not a big Eddie Murphy fan. Mary, I don't know if you're aware of this. Rhonda, Reese Cup, I think you are because we've been talking so much about it. I've never been a big Eddie Murphy fan. Now, the only movies he made that I kind of like, I like Boomerang and I like, was it Norbit? I've never cared for any of his other movies. I've never cared for his stand-up. I just didn't like him. Now I know why. Reese Cup, I didn't hear the question. Repeat, please. Reese Cup, I was just saying that Whitney Houston really wanted Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was playing games. I never cared for him, and I never really knew why. And he's sitting up here playing all these games, tearing her down her self-esteem. That's in Robin's book. Rhonda, yes, I remember that she wanted Eddie and remember, Eddie was saying bad things about her. No, we were just friends. We never dated. Oh, despicable. Reese Cup, I'm not anymore a fan. Reese Cup, I have nothing for Bobby Brown. I have nothing for Eddie Murphy. I'm done. Mary Price, okay, we'll do. No, what am I saying? Reese Cup, on Whitney's birthday, I may Cash App some people some money. So if you have Cash App, email me your Cash App information. I'm going to do that on her birthday, okay? But anyway, Reese Cup, what I was saying, all of you guys, Eddie Murphy, it's in Robin's book. He would pick on Whitney, talk about her weave, talk about her wigs, talk about her legs. I mean, folks, her self-esteem was already like that because of Sissy. Then Eddie Murphy did this to her. I mean, it will make you cry if you read it. I'm warning you. If you have not read it, it will make you cry. Mary, I've heard Eddie Murphy is a colorist. Yes, Mary. And allegedly, and remember, he was pulled over with a transgender. So Whitney was so upset about him not wanting her. Well, sweetie, you're really not his type. Okay, I'm just saying. All right. And the gay men, since Eddie Murphy was, became famous, the gay men, listen to the gay men. They know when they tell you someone's gay, you better listen to it because they know what they're talking about. We'll do Reese Cup now. I've heard Yes, he is a call. Yes, he is. Reese Cup. Ooh, I have Cash App. Okay, send me your Cash App information. Reese Cup says he dated Robin Gibbons, the woman from E.T. Yeah, he did. But my thing is this: why did he have to tear down Whitney Houston? And if you dated someone, why are you going to deny it in public? How do you think that made her feel? And then for his birthday, and then he stood her up. She cooked. Well, she didn't cook. She had someone to cook a really nice full course meal. She dressed up really nice. He never showed up. Yeah, folks, if you don't want someone, that's fine, but don't play games. Everyone's human and has emotions. Then also, for his birthday, she dressed up in a negligee and a fur coat, went over to his house, and she couldn't get in. She went to the gate. The gatekeeper called him, Eddie, he's in his house. Whitney's out here. Oh, tell her I'm busy. Really? Then she went, it's in Robin's book. She went on a 2-day drug binge after that. Robin didn't see her for 2 days. Remember, they were still living together. Robin didn't see her for 2 days. And when she came back, she was unkept. She was a mess. Robin and Sylvia had to put her in the shower, and she told them, Robin, why don't they like me? Mary says, yeah, I heard he was an undercover brother also. Like, just be who you are. You'd make your life easier and everyone else's. Exactly, Mary. Reese Cup says Whitney chased him. Most women did. He was turned off. Men do that. Exactly. Men, a lot of men do not like women that are aggressive. They want to be the aggressor. Okay. Wow, yes, he was, Mary. Mary, when I found this information out, I told you I have nothing for him. Nothing. And all these people who treated this woman like this, karma's real. Reese Cup, I'm not defending Eddie Murphy. I was just saying he dates all shades. Okay, Reese Cup. Robin was the real MVP. Robin was the gatekeeper, folks. And once she left, everyone, in Whitney's circle said that's when she took to deal with it. She increased her drug usage. Remember, any of you familiar, Reese Cup, I know you are, with the Michael Jackson tribute 2001. At that point, they said Whitney was using heroin. Allegedly, she was using heroin too. She was about that big, all right? She looked wrinkled. She looked unkempt. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's here on YouTube. Go Google it. She was very, very thin. She looked like she was about to die. Yeah, Robin was the real MVP. And once the gatekeeper in your life is gone, folks, okay, that's when the enemy swarms. Yeah, Mary. Oh my God, yeah. Sad. So Reese Cup, it was, yeah. She looked sick. Rhonda, you're right. She looked like she was about to die, and the crowd was like aghast. Now, Robin had still been there. First of all, she wouldn't let her go out there looking like that. If Mary, I don't know if you haven't seen it, you need to go. It's here. Yeah, it's here on YouTube. Google. It's Michael Jackson's. It's a Michael Jackson tribute. It was in 2001. And look at her. And once you look at that, you come back and leave me a comment in the comment section. You tell me how she looked to you. It was awful. Skin and bones. Mary says she's going to look at, yeah. It's bad. Real bad. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you, Then there was an incident. Robin talks about, this is after Robin had left. And this happened when they were in Atlanta, when Whitney and Bobby moved. And that's where it seems things really, when she moved to Atlanta, woo, things really got off the chain. And Whitney called the police because Bobby was beating her. And when the police got there, her lip was, busted, and just, folks, it's just, at least now I feel good knowing she's out of the pain, the misery. Yeah, Mary. Yeah. It's sad, Her mother, Sissy, is still alive. She's really old. She has like, I think she has Alzheimer's or dementia, so she may not even remember a lot of the things that she did to her. But folks, mm, 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 mm. I'm just, like to let you know what's going on. So, um, if you do read it, you're not going to be just totally, just blown away. Folks, I only have one like. Please make sure you go back and like the video, please. Okay, that would help me out. Um, so, any other questions? Anyone have anything else? Reese Cup says, um, with everything, it's almost good that she has dementia. Yeah, you don't want to remember what a rotten individual you were, right? If all the things, and even Mary, even when Whitney moved out of her house to get an apartment with Robin, Judas Sissy, she held up a freaking was it Summer's Eve? Oh, you forgot your douche bottle just to embarrass Whitney. It's in Robin's book. And Robin said Whitney just dropped her head in her hands and started crying, and Robin just pulled off. Who does that? Reese Cup, yeah, true. Yeah, true state, true facts. Everything I'm telling you guys, you can look it up. I wouldn't sit here and make this. I wish I were making this up. It would make it more palatable for me to deal with. Then I wouldn't be so upset all the time and crying when I'm reading, these things that she had to endure. But she went through a lot. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else have anything to say? Any questions? If not, I will end the stream and go ahead and start preparing for something that I can do on Whitney's birthday. Okay. Rhonda, Mary, Reese, and I don't know who else is in here. Anyone else? Reese Cup. Okay, Reese Cup says, what do you think about the new story about Micah the singer saying that Whitney hit on her? First of all, we have to say, who is Micah? Mary said she would be right back. Okay, Reese Cup. Thank you, dear. Okay, Reese Cup. This is what I feel. That she may be reaching a bit. Okay, sometimes people are looking for their 5 minutes of fame. And so, I don't know. Unless we had someone else to corroborate it or say, yeah, I don't know. Could be, she just could be looking for a few minutes, to get her name in the headlines, If Robin had mentioned it in her book, maybe I would believe it. Robin or, one of the other, Kevin Ammon's book. But I don't know. What do you think, Reese Cup? Do you think that Micah's telling the truth, or do you think she's just trying to get her few minutes of fame here? Reese Cup says, exactly, I think she's trying to sell her book. Who cares if she hit on her? That wasn't worth talking about. Yeah, anyone trying to sell a book, folks, and they come out with something that we've never heard of before that cannot be corroborated, that's a little suspect to me. A little suspect. Rhonda, what do you think? And when I first heard about this Reese Cup, this Micah lady, I had to say, who the heck is Micah? I had to look her up. So she's not a big star anyway. Doesn't appear to be Whitney. And when I looked her up, I'm like, that's not Whitney's type. So I don't know. That's my personal feeling. Yeah, probably just trying to sell a book. All right. Right. Rhonda says, I need to do more research on that subject. Yeah, Rhonda, I just can't, unless I hear from someone else, and she is trying, trying to sell this book. I need to hear from someone else. Reese Cup. All right. Why do you think if the Lifetime doc on Whitney and her daughter is not airing? Probably has something, if Clive Davis has something to do with it, who knows? But I think they are going to air it eventually. But I would definitely love to see it. So, from what I heard, Clive Davis may have something to do with it. And I don't know how accurate that is. That's allegedly. Um, so they're probably working out a few kinks. Okay. I hope Robin's involved with it because the other documentaries she wasn't involved in. And you can't do a Whitney Houston documentary without, including Robin Crawford because she was a large part of her life. She was there from the beginning. All right, Mary says, "Oh my God, I just watched it. The performance was epic. I told you, Mary, listen to me. How long have I been telling you things? Since what, 2003? Oh my God. Yes, oh yeah, she looked bad. That's Mary, that's when they said she was doing heroin. And heroin, if you can look at her skin, Whitney didn't look wrinkled like that. So that's when they said she was doing the hardcore. That's right, Mary. I've been advising you since you were 12 years old. And I haven't lied to you. I'm not going to start lying to you now. Yeah, epic. And everyone, when she came out on that stage, everyone was like, ah! Yeah. Heroin will take you down fast. You will look like you're like 100 years old. Heroin is no joke, Mary. It is no joke. But that's how bad it had gotten. She and Bobby were just drugging it up, allegedly. Reese Cup says, yes, it will. Okay, and then of course she did the Mary. I don't know if you've seen the Diane Sawyer interview with Whitney, and she was asking her about her drug usage, and Whitney had for years had said she didn't use crack, but she was using crack. She was rolling it up in her marijuana cigarettes allegedly. So crack, whether you're smoking it in a can or in a mixed, in a cigar, crack is crack. So just a bad situation. I haven't seen that interview. That's here on YouTube, Mary. Google Diane Sawyer, the Diane Sawyer interview with Whitney Houston. Also, Mary, you need to see the 2009 Oprah Winfrey interview with Whitney Houston. This is after she divorced Bobby, 2007. But she was still really slim in that interview with Oprah. Okay, so you need to see that too. That will help you. Okay. Reese Cup. All right. Did you read? No, Reese Cup. Good question. I'm going to order that book from Amazon because I was watching a clip on YouTube about Narada. He's excellent. I am going to order that book, Reese Cup, and read that book because he has a lot of nice, kind things to say about Whitney, and she needs that. We owe her that after all she dealt with when she was here. Mary says, I saw that one. Oh yeah, I look to you. Oh man, yes. One of my favorite Whitney songs. Mary Rice, I think. Yeah, that was on her 2009. That was her last album. Yeah. Reese Cup, yes. I haven't read it, but I would pick that up before. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get B.B. Winans' book. I don't think so, Reese Cup. But I'm definitely going to get Michael Narada Walden's book. Okay, because, we have to uplift her since she wasn't uplifted. She was ridiculed when she was here for the most part. So we as fans, all we can do is release, positive things into the environment about her. And I hope she's happy that people are now finding out, more. There was more to her than just the drug usage and, the behavior that we witnessed on the Being Bobby Brown episodes. So, okay, let's see. Who else has something? Reese Cup says, I listened to her Sissy's book on YouTube. That woman's voice is so soothing that it put me to sleep. Yeah, I listened to a small part of it, not all of it. But yeah, I enjoy. Yeah, nice. If I'm going to listen to an audio book, it has to be a nice, smooth voice. It can't be a monotone voice that puts me to sleep. So, and I haven't ordered Sissy's book. I'm just probably going to continue to listen to it on YouTube. I'm not going to buy it. Now, guys, I'm almost done with Robin Crawford's book. Okay, A Song for You. So you're going to have to tell me the next book that you want me to start. Mary says, what's really sad is that Bobby Christina's ex passed away from an Mary, her ex, Nick Gordon, and then the white guy that she was dating that was in that little circle of friends, he died from drugs too. And folks, I've never used drugs, but I've often heard that, it's very difficult to get off drugs because it's a spirit. Okay. So, so you guys let me know if you want me to read Aretha Franklin's book, because the movie's coming out on her. I also have voila. See my book collection. This book is excellent. This book by Kevin Adams, Good Girl, Bad Girl. And one reason I love this book is because he wrote this in 1996. Whitney was still alive and she did not sue him. So that means a lot to me. Also, Bobby Brown's book, Every Little Step, that's his second book. His first book was The Whole Truth and Nothing But the Truth. But I would rename that book The Whole Truth. Well, Some Truth and a Lot of Lies. That is how I would name his first book. I did not buy it. He was more forthcoming in this book, even though he still won't admit to his abuse. Mary Elizabeth Price, Bookworm. Yes, Mary, I love reading books. Yes. Mary, you want me to read Becoming by Michelle Obama? Okay. I don't have that book yet. I'll have to order that. Reese Cup, Rhonda, what do you think? Reese Cup says, I have Kevin's book from when it came out. I'd have to search for it. Okay. All right. So you guys, whatever book that I have another book. This is supposed to be a good read too. That's about Prince. That's Morris Day from the Time, telling about Prince. So you guys, the next book, when I'm done with Robin's book, I have just a few more chapters. When I'm done with that, whichever book that you guys list most in the comment section, that will be the next book that I start. Reese Cup, no, back at Mary. Yes, I've been listening to the audiobook. It's so good so far. You're listening to the Michelle Obama book, Becoming, Mary? Is that what we're still talking about? Okay. Okay. Reese Cup says, yes, I want that book too. Thank you for reminding me. Okay. So you guys are telling me I need to order that book. Okay. I'm going, leave in the comment section, Rhonda and whoever else is in here, let me know. Rick James has a really good book out. It's an autobiography on him. Okay. So you guys tell me. Thank you, Mary. I love your hats that you wear. Where do you get them? Amazon. Amazon and Walmart have everything, right? So Amazon, dear. Thank you, Mary. Reese Cup, did you send me your Cash App info? And Mary, you're going to send me your information as well, right? Rhonda, what about you? Did you email me your Cash App info? Also, ladies, when you email me your t-shirt size, please. Reese Cup says Morris Day next. No, not yet. Okay. Ladies, I need your t-shirt sizes as well. Mary Elizabeth Price, Rick James' book would be it is very interesting. And Marvin Gaye's autobiography. Oh my God. Oh, folks, we think these stars have it made. No, they do not. A mess, all of them. Reese Cup said, okay, sure thing. Mary, make sure you email me your t-shirt size. Rhonda, if you're still here, I need you to email me your t-shirt size as well. When you email me your t-shirt sizes, folks, make sure I have a mailing address, post office box, whatever. I'm going to try to mail these t-shirts out next week. Okay, will do. Reese Cup said, okay, sure thing. So I'll go ahead. If you guys don't, if there's nothing else that you need to know, I'll go ahead and end the live. And all of you know, you can, Mary says, is your email listed? Yes, Mary. Mary, Rhonda, Reese Cup, and whoever else is in here. My email is listed in the description box. Okay. I'll check out. And when this live ends, I will double check to make sure that you can see. Let me see if I can check it now. Make sure that you can see everything you need to see. Okay. Let me check that now. Okay. All right. Okay. I can't see that now. So I'm going to go ahead and end. I'll go ahead and end the stream. And Mary Elizabeth Price, your email listed. So Reese Cup says that my email is there. So if you'll email me your info, your t-shirt size, your address. Okay, Mary. All right. Mary said she found it. All right, perfect. Rhonda, you send me your information. Okay. And you guys, again, thank you for spending time with me today. Just make sure I have all your information because I'm going to try to get everything out next week. And then I guess I'll do the cash thingy on Whitney's birthday. How about that? Okay. All right. Any other questions, folks? Comments, concerns? You all know you want to talk to me any day. You leave comments in the comment section. You know me. I respond. I'm on it because I like talking. Mary, you can attest to that. I love talking. Mary, you have a good evening as well. Love you. God bless you. Reese Cup. Yeah, don't forget. Thank you, Reese Cup. Don't forget, Mary, hit the like button. Rhonda, hit the like button. Thank you. Okay. So I'll end the stream and I'm going to go check my email. Have a great evening, Rhonda. You too. Make sure you hit the like button. I'll end the stream now. And if you guys will go ahead and give me your information, I can go ahead and start prepping everything to get ready to send out to you. Have a great evening, Rhonda, Mary. Yep, love you too, okay? Have a great rest of your evening. All right, Reese Cup, love you, girl. Leave me comments in the comment section. You guys send me all your information and you're gonna, and I'll send everything out this week. Okay, you may get, it'd be easier if the Cash App will be easy. Get that the same day. T-shirts, I don't know. You know how slow the post office is. But anyway, I'm gonna mail them out, okay? Okay, God bless you all. Stay safe in this pandemic. Any comments? Any ways I can improve the channel? Leave everything in the comment section, and I will definitely respond, okay? You too, Reese Cup. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Enjoy.